In case you haven't noticed, Cadillacs have gotten a whole new look. Art and science, they call it, and the 2008 CTS ramps it up a notch. The grille gets a little more snarl to it.
Cadillac owners really want to be seen. They want to make a statement about themselves and their car, and the front end of the car really says, I'm coming, I'm arrived.
It also gets side vents, a popular styling feature on today's cars.
It's a die-cast chrome part. It's kind of the punctuation point where you look at this thing and you know exactly that it's an expensive, upscale kind of a car. It is functional. There is a hole in the fender.
The biggest difference, though, is in the interior. It's much more refined, with optional wood trim and seams that have real stitching, not the fake plastic stuff.
It's all cut and sew interior that we do with Drexelmeyer, who's one of the suppliers of the Maybach, for example, $250,000 automobile.
If you get a navigation system, the screen pops up from the dash. You can get an integrated iPod interface, which allows you to store your iPod in the center console, then access all functions through the dash controls.
With the upgraded sound system, here's something you can do that you can't do with most other car radios, and that is you could pause it. For example, I'm listening to the sports. I want to step out of the car for a second, so I hit the pause button, leave the car, come back, press it again, and it picks up right where it left off. Kind of like TiVo for radio.
An optional 40 gig hard drive allows you to store your own music collection on board. Plus, the optional touchscreen navigation system has new high-resolution graphics that are easy on the eyes. The CTS is competing with the likes of BMW and Mercedes, and people who drive those cars like performance. So Cadillac extensively tested the CTS on racetracks.
It's got great balance as the road drops out, as we just went through the corkscrew there. The vehicle doesn't lose its adhesion with the road. The suspension articulates, the kinematics are set up so that the vehicle is well placed on the road.
Of course, curvy roads are probably the most track time people will do with the CTS. I found it handles crisply, but still maintains its luxury ride. There are 3 levels of performance packages offered, with 2 V6 engine configurations available. The top level gets you 304 horses. All-wheel drive is available for the first time, with rear-wheel drive standard. Having the battery in the trunk helps distribute weight more evenly. For safety, a full complement of airbags is included, as are stability and traction control. One of the biggest challenges for Cadillac is to get those buyers who are only thinking German to think CTS.
Once you drive it, you really can appreciate it. It's not until then you can appreciate what a fine automobile it is.
If you're a golfer, you want to know if you can fit a couple of sets of golf clubs in the back. Indeed, you can. And rear legroom? You'll be surprised at how decent it is. The CTS brings excellent performance to the table. Plus, I guarantee the interior will wow you. Easy to read temperature controls, elegant gauges, and enough buttons so you can avoid layers of menus to operate car functions. Prices start at around $33,000 and head up to the lower 40s for the top level loaded. It's the next step in changing Cadillac's image, and it capably moves the 2008 CTS up a notch. With STO's Test Drive, I'm Scott Newell.